So what we're going to do with the peelings from when I made the apple pie is I'm going to put them in, and I'm going to use them as well as a few other apples to make apple wine. So I'm going to fill up the bucket with the apples. I'm going to make sure there's no core or no stems in it, and I'm going to make sure that I put some warm water on it. I'm going to let it soak like this for 3 days, and I'll bring you back after the 3 days. But I'm going to show you what it looks like once we fill it up. We're going to add in some warm water to have the potatoes soak in. That way it helps extract some of the the apple flavor out of the apples. So we're just going to let it soak like that, and I'm just going to add some more apples, and I'll bring you back. And that's all the water we're going to be adding in. So I'm just going to cover this up and let it sit for 3 days for the juices come out of the apples, and I'll bring you back. Before you cover it up, I want you to stir it up just to make sure all the water's covering all the apples. So then cover it up and put it in a nice spot in your home that won't get bothered by too much. So we're just going to bring you back in 3 days, I'd say, and show you what it looks like. Okay, I just wanted to show you it's 24 hours later. The apples are still sitting in the water. And you can see on the side here that the water is changing to a brownish color, which is the color you want it to. So we're just going to leave it go another day or so, and I'll bring you back. So it's day 3 for the apples sitting in the juice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain out the apples, and I'll just bring you back. When you're done taking out your apples, this is what your mixture is going to look like. It's going to be like a brownish caramel color, and that's from the apple juice. You're not going to be able to get all the little pieces with that's fine, because we're going to add some stuff into it now anyway. So I'm just going to bring you back, and we're going to need some raisins and some lemons. What you're looking at here is you're looking at 40 cups of sugar, some water to top up my fomenting container, and you're also looking at probably about a pound of golden raisins, and they have to be golden, 400 milliliters of lemon juice, and if you don't have lemon juice, you can take 9 lemons and take the juice out of those, and we have some yeast. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the sugar, the raisins, and the lemon juice, as well as top it up, and then we're going to add in our yeast. So I'll just bring you back. Going to add in the grapes. So we're going to take our 400 milliliters of lemon juice, and we're going to pour that in. Now our 40 cups of sugar. Sugar now, and this is the first 20 cups of sugar. And we're just going to grab our other bowl, and we're going to add that in as well. And then we're just going to top it up with the water. Now this mixture will need to be mixed twice daily, probably once in the morning and once at night. So we're just going to top it in with some lukewarm water, and that'll help dissolve the sugar as well. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stir it up, and then I'm going to add in the yeast. So we're going to stir up the wine now, and that's because we want to dissolve all the sugar at the bottom. And if you have an attachment like this, it's going to make pouring it a lot easier. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons of yeast in, so we're just going to sprinkle it on the top, and I'm putting it in half a tablespoon at a time. So I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top, and we're not going to stir it up because it'll do its thing. Yeast knows what it needs to do, so I'll just bring you back when I have the other one. And there's the third, and we're just going to add in one more. And we're adding in our last one. So we're just going to cover this up, and you'll notice in a few hours that the yeast will actually start to work. So what you're going to do is for the next 2 weeks, you're going to stir it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. Shouldn't be a hard schedule to follow, and we'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. This is what your mixture is going to look like the next day after you put the yeast in it. So don't forget, you're going to stir it twice a day. So I'm just going to open it up and stir it up, and I just wanted to show that you can see that the air is actually starting to cause the container to the lid to actually have little dents in it from the air pockets. So that's definitely another reason why you want to open it twice a day, is to let the gases out, because as it starts to ferment, that's what happens. It becomes gassy and it needs somewhere to go. So we're just going to open this up and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. We can see that it is starting to ferment and the golden raisins are starting to pop up at the top, so we're just going to mix those up. And I'm not going to use my whisk, it's only a little bit of mixing we need to do today, so I'm going to use just the stir stick. So we're just going to take the stick and we're just going to mix it up. And we're going to do this twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon or the evening, however you prefer to do it. But you're definitely going to have to open up that container, let it burp, because if you don't, it's not going to have any room to put the gases in. You wouldn't want any kind of explosion, well, not explosion, but blowout or anything like that, because it's going to need to go somewhere. And if the gas builds up too much, it's going to pop on its own. So we definitely want to take care of that. So I'm going to cover it back up and probably going to update it on probably a week or so. So just going to upload this video, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because you'll have no idea what I'm adding if you don't subscribe to see what's up next. So thanks for watching, and remember, it's not my kitchen. We're just baking together or cooking together. So it's day 2 of the wine, and I'm just doing my morning shake up. And as you can see, the raisins definitely did plump back up. They look just as well as they would have if they hadn't been made into raisins, I guess. So I'll update and show you what it's like in probably another week or 2. So watch for updates. If you're taking out your apple pieces, this is all I'm using, is a spoon with holes in it. And you're going to make sure that it is disinfected, it's sterilized, because you don't want anything growing in here. So we're just going to take out the apples until there's none left. So I'll bring you back and show you what the mixture looks like once we take out all the apple pieces.